It's funny. There are certain topics in trading that you hear come up all the time, and we're going to talk about one of the biggest challenges. I hear this from almost every single trader that comes to me for coaching. This is one of the things they struggle with. So if you stick around for a minute, you're going to find some very useful help here in the next few minutes. And there's two aspects to it. Make sure we cover both because they go hand in hand. If you just focus on one without the other, you're going to miss out. And this can actually be a pretty significant and impactful video for you, a good few minutes investment of your time. So what are we talking about here? First of all, who am I? I'm Brian McAboy. I'm the founder of Inside Out Trading, and I help traders get your trading working so well and so predictably that you can quit your day job without fear. That's what I do. I have an area of expertise of consistency, consistent execution. And so this is something that, again, I think will be of value for you. I know everybody that I've worked with, I get a lot of positive feedback. Taking this approach to your trading rather than just chasing strategies and emotional, psychological hacks, that kind of stuff, focusing on becoming a good trader and equipping yourself with the right tools and perspectives to deal with the challenges of trading effectively. That's what I do. All right, enough with the commercial. As far as the video and the question of the day, there's a certain coin, and I'm just using that metaphor because there's two sides to it. But one thing that most traders deal with, almost all traders deal with, and it is a real challenge. I know I used to have a hard time with it until I got on top of it, and it's patience. It can be really tough sitting there and just being patient, waiting for your setup to arrive and not acting on everything else that you see, whether it's out of boredom or you just want to make some money or you're just tired of waiting or whatever. There's a lot of reasons that impatience will flare up. And here's the thing. We're going to take a little different look at both of these today because you have the patience of waiting for your trade setup. Valid challenge. There's also another aspect of patience and impatience that is equally as impactful to your bottom line, how much money you're making, and your overall experience with trading. That's what we want to take a look at today. We're also going to talk about patience while you're waiting. We'll get to that too, because yeah, that is a difficulty. It's a pain point. It sucks when you run out of patience, wind up doing stupid things that you regret later. Of course, that sucks. We're going to talk about what you can do about that as well. But one of the first things, and this is super important because this is on a bigger scale, so it has a bigger impact. But with your trading, so many traders come to me and they've been trading for quite a while. And they come to me for help and they're like, Brian, I've been at this for years now and I'm still struggling with the same stuff. I had one guy come to me last year. He had been trading for 20 years, still struggling with the same problems he was struggling with back in year two. 18 years, he'd been wrestling with the same stinking problems. And he finally, after all this time, and I hear this from a lot of traders, is Brian, I just wish I would have done something sooner because I let way too much time slip through my hands. I let way too much opportunity where I could have been making money and I wasn't. I let all that slide through my hands. I wound up losing a lot of money that I shouldn't have. And so there's a certain element of patience that goes with trading. When you get into this, there is a learning curve to it. It's not like you can just walk in the door and day one, start trading and you're set for life. No, you have to go through a developmental stage as a trader. And there are certain key milestones that you have to hit in your development as a trader. And it's going to take a little bit of time for that development to occur. So you have to have the patience to work through that development. Even more importantly, you have to focus on the development and just say, yes, there is a certain level that I need to hit as a trader to make a living at this. And it's going to take some time to get there. So many traders get impatient way too soon. So, man, I just started trading last month and I was watching these webinars, the so-and-so broker, the prop firm, and man, I'm 3 months in and I'm not getting payouts. You're being too impatient, especially if you're just jumping into it that way. Just jumping into it and flying by the seat of your pants, thinking you'll figure it out as you go. You better plan on 5 years for that. That's the hard, long, expensive road to developing as a trader, where you just trade, figure it out as you go, learn by the lumps and bruises you take along the way. That's the hard and difficult way. If you're going to get good training, it's still going to take at least 60 days, 90 days. I say give it 3 months to develop and establish the core set of skills that you're going to need and proficiencies, and then another 3 months just to get used to it where you're comfortable with it and things are rolling and you've developed a whole lot of good experience with it and everything. So 3 to 6 months is a pretty reasonable window with the proper training. No, it doesn't take a year and a half. I get pushback every now and then. No, Brian, it's going to take at least a year. No, but it's going to take 18 months. So no, it doesn't have to take that long. It can take that long, of course, but it doesn't have to. I've got a lot of traders there in 3 to 6 months. Actually, a lot of them in less than three. It's a matter of having the right approach, the right perspectives, the right tools, and the right methodology to employ. So you have to have a certain amount of patience just to allow yourself to get there because it's going to take development. It's going to take growth. It's going to take absorbing the information. It's going to take assimilating it and making it part of you and developing the skills that you need. So you got to have a certain amount of patience. And if you don't have that patience, you'll just keep restarting. You'll get it to a certain point and you'll say, screw it, then I'll change strategies. Screw it, I'll focus on psychology. Screw it. And you just go through this start, run for a little bit, restart, loop over and over and over again. For years. Seen a lot of traders do it. Years. 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Yes. Because they never get out of that loop. They don't have the patience to stay with it and have a solid plan and process to get there in a reasonable period of time and say, all right, I'm going to give it 6 months. I'm going to give it 3 months. I'm going to give it a year. They don't have the patience for that. This is where having already started to run your own business is really helpful. If you've never done that before in your trading, this is one of those things you learn when you start a business. It's going to take longer than you think. So you got to give it time. Now, that said, you can say, all right, Brian, I understand that. It's going to take a little time. Got it. Here's the thing. It also reaches a certain point, and I'm saying 6 months is a good mark. If you go beyond a year, I think you're kidding yourself. It doesn't take that long. Around 6 months, you need to start getting a little impatient at that point. Because if you've been following a proper plan, getting the right help, getting the right training, you're getting properly equipped in a proper manner, if it goes past 6 months, now you're burning capital, burning time. You're wasting now because it shouldn't be taking longer than this. If you're past 6 months and you're not even close to your goal, time to get real impatient and say, what I'm doing ain't working. Time to do something else. And start getting real impatient with it. Why? Because if you just say, hey, I'm getting there. And man, so much time can just slip through your fingers. It's crazy. You can get to the end of a year. You can get to the end of another year. You can get to the end of another year. And it still hasn't changed. Wow. That sucks. That's why you want to get impatient around 6 months once you started a proper plan. Seriously, if after 6 months with proper help, if you're not seriously already there or really close, you need to be getting real impatient and say something ain't right and taking action to make it right, to get on the right track. Seriously, this is huge. And it's this bigger scale. But the thing is, it's a bigger scale thing, but it affects every single day that you're trading. If every day is frustrating as crap and you're not making money and you're still making a lot of mistakes, the same mistakes you were making last month and 3 months ago and 6 months ago, you need to be getting real impatient about the way you're going about your trading. Don't get impatient with the markets. Don't get mad at all the politicians and all that crap. Don't get mad at them. Don't get frustrated with them. They're not the problem. They're the opportunity. Oh my God. Yeah. Since Trump got elected, it's been a shit show. Geopolitical scene has been a mess. Frustrating. But for traders, oh my God, opportunity like crazy. The markets have been busy. It has not been boring. So for us traders, this is the land of opportunity. They're not the problem. Seriously. Don't blame the markets. Don't blame the politicians. Don't blame the banksters, although they do suck. Seriously, they're not the problem. You need to say, all right, I'm going to take ownership of this because I'm standing in the middle of a great opportunity. If I get myself together, I'm going to do this is a recession-proof job, an occupation that I'm looking at here. Doesn't matter what the economy's doing. Traders, we can make money. Yeah. Awesome. So you got to take ownership of it, take responsibility for it, blame yourself, whatever, however you want to frame it, but just say, yes, it is my fault. It is my responsibility. I'm going to take action on it. I'm not going to just keep coasting along unhappy with the results and blame somebody else and hand over the power to do anything about it to them, waiting for them to fix it, whatever they are. Again, whether it's politicians, markets, bank, whatever. Stop handing your power over to somebody else. Be impatient. Say, I'm going to take control of this. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to take a different approach to what I've been doing. I'm going to stop chasing strategies. I'm going to just stop focusing on discipline and emotional control. I'm going to focus on developing myself as a trader so that, man, I've got a handle on this and I know what the hell I'm doing. I know I'm properly equipped to deal with all this crap. And I'm not feeling subject to everything else. So that's the best thing about trading. You control your own fate if you'll take control of it. And you have to be impatient enough to say, I've given it enough time. I've been following a proper plan. I've been doing the things that I'm supposed to do. I'm attending to the things I have control over. And okay, yeah, it's working. Great. 6 months should get there. Not getting there, I need to change what I've been doing. Cool. Now, if you're not sure what to change, fair enough. It seems like there's just a whole lot of the same crap out there in the trading space. It's, oh, try our strategy, or hey, try the psychological hack. Adopt an abundance mindset. It's all in the psychology. Yeah, okay. No, there's a third piece over here that's missing. The skill set for consistent execution. It's a skill set. It's not a state of mind. It's a skill set. Check it out. It's cool. Swing by InsideOutTrading.com. If you'd like to find out more about it, I got a workshop where you and I can just talk. Book a call with me. Let's talk. If you're tired of trying to figure this out on your own, I'm here for you. Give me a call. We can talk. Get you on the path to, if, like I said, if it's been more than 6 months, been more than a year, you're still not happy where you're at, decide that it's time to be impatient, time to do something about it, and not be so patient and just let time pass. Okay. So the other thing, so we talk about how to deal with patience on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, when you're just having to sit there. Again, this goes back to your training as a trader, and or have you been properly equipped to deal with the challenges of trading? Patience is one of the challenges of trading. Now, you don't just psych yourself into being patient. If you've tried that, willpower, emotional control, discipline, all that stuff, you can get it to work for a little while. Almost guaranteed it's going to fail you at some point. So that obviously is not a solution. You need a more workable solution. This is where the training comes in. This is where the perspectives and the tools come in. And when you have the proper tools and perspectives, the execution becomes automatic. It becomes very easy and natural and very comfortable. I love using the word comfortable because that really is how it is. You make the right move, you make the right decisions, you make the right moves, take the right actions very comfortably and very naturally because you've been properly equipped to do. How do I know this? I used to be a quality assurance manager, and it was my job to get consistent execution of all the tasks in the plant. We're making plastic beverage bottles. 27 production lines, 7 different departments, 4 different shifts, 183 people. And it was my job to make sure everybody was doing things consistently. And I was good at it. And that's what I brought to trading. And that's what allowed me to fix my trading when I finally started treating it properly. I finally ran out of patience by having my account blown up. But I decided to take a different approach. I applied the quality assurance stuff to my trading and got it working. That's what allowed me to quit my day job and walk away from it and live life on my terms ever since. And I would love to do the same thing for you. If that's one of your goals is to trade for a living, swing by InsideOutTrading.com, book a call with me. Let's talk about getting you on the right path. I know you've got what it takes. Let's give you the right tools to get there. So give me a like and a subscribe. Share this with your friends. Leave me a comment down below. We'll see you on the inside. Cheers.